Welcome to Rebel Chaser. My name is Gail, and I have a video for you from Judge Villarreal in Texas. These two argue over the stupidest things. I'll let you guys watch.
First contested matter, page 4, case 10, Eduardo Aguero versus Yolita Aguero, cause number 2025 FLA 1099C3. Court marks Ms. Lopez Escoto, present in person, Mr. Jose Luis Castillo, present in person. Mr. and Mrs. Aguero were present when I called this case at 2:05. Ms. Escoto, Mr. Castillo.
Judge, we have a partial agreement, and then there are some issues that we need the court's assistance on.
Tell the court with the, by the way, Mr. Castillo, I'm always surprised when you're here during this very busy season. You can always ask for leeway, I'm sure.
I thought about it, Judge, but I thought it would be unfair to the parties. And I think it needs to be wrapped up, but Judge, and I am on call, and it kind of runs smooth.
Good to hear, Mr. Escoto. Mr. Castillo, go ahead.
So the parties have agreed to the following, Judge. So I'll read those on the record, and then the issues that they're not in agreement with will lead to the end. The parties are in agreement that the court does have jurisdiction over this matter. The parties are in agreement that there are no other children expected of the marriage. The parties are in agreement that they will be appointed joint managing conservators, with Ms. Agüero having the exclusive right to designate the residence of the children within Webb County. The restriction will be lifted by further court order, written agreement, or if Mr. Agüero no longer resides in Webb County. Ms. Agüero shall have the sole right to enroll the minor children in school. Mr. Agüero shall be designated as an emergency contact at all times. Both parents shall have equal access to the minor children's parent portal, username, passwords, class dojo, and be notified of school events, games, practices, or recitals that the children are part of. This includes extracurricular activities if not listed on the parent portals. Both parties to agree on the enrollment of the children in any extracurricular activities. Both parties will ensure that the minor children attend their respective school and extracurricular activities during their respective periods of possession. The parties are in agreement that absent mutual agreement, Mr. Agüero will be awarded the extended standard visitation schedule pursuant to the Texas Family Code. In the event he is deployed, he will immediately notify Ms. Agüero of his absence. The holidays and summer, Judge, the parties have agreed that they will follow the Texas Family Code. Absent mutual agreement, they'll follow the United Day school schedule. If the oldest child is in United Day, and if she's not in United Day, they'll follow the school district calendar that pertains to the child's residence. Absent mutual agreement, the parties have agreed that they'll exchange the children at school, and if the kids are not in school, then at the beginning of a period of possession at Ms. Agüero's residence, and at the end of a visitation period, then at Mr. Agüero's residence. The parties are in agreement that if a minor child is sick, the parent not in possession shall be immediately informed and provided the child's medication during his or her period of possession. The parties are in agreement that the children, or the youngest child at least, will have an appropriate car seat or booster seat at all times and in the back seat of any moving vehicle. The parties have agreed to a 4-hour right of first refusal. This will exclude the grandparents, maternal and paternal, in his or her absence, and they will advise of the absence via AppClose. The parties are in agreement that they will each have daily telephone, FaceTime access to the minor children for the parent not in possession for up to 10 minutes. No parent will monitor the call or interfere with the call. The children will be given privacy to talk to the parent not in possession. Communications between the parents will be through AppClose. Absent mutual agreement, Mr. Agüero will begin to pay child support in the amount of $2,696 a month, beginning on March 1st, and monthly thereafter on the 1st of each month. There will be a step down employer withholding to issue for his biweekly payroll deductions, and no retroactive child support or arrears are owed as of today's date.
Can I just interject here? There is half of
I believe he gets paid on Friday,
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah, so
As
we'll
long-
take care, yeah.
Yes, as long as it's just, we know it's gonna be
We're
taken
on
care
we're
of.
on a
I just wanna
shutdown,
put
so
it-
also.
Yeah,
remember
so,
that.
yeah, we will comply with the temporary orders in effect, Judge. I think that that's the easiest way to say it,
February.
for February, yes.
Okay,
And then, just be aware, there is partial government shutdown that may affect Mr. Agüero's
Time.
ability to pay,
the time of payment.
yes.
Okay.
Health and dental will be through Mr. Agüero's employment through the federal government. Any unreimbursed healthcare and dental expenses will be paid 50-50. Mr. Agüero will be awarded the 2020 Ford F-150, his personal belongings, the bank account ending in 5553 at Chase Bank after wife has removed any of the child support monies. The remaining balance in his TSP, subject to wife's award of 50% from date of marriage to date of divorce, minus 1/2 of that TSP loan. The remaining balance of husband's OPM retirement plan, subject to wife's 50% share from date of marriage to date of divorce, his life insurance, his weapons in his possession, the residence located at 112 Presta Drive. The following contents from the home, all contents in the kitchen, including but not limited to the furniture, cookware, dishes, and small appliances. There is a dispute as to the refrigerator, so we'll leave that for the court. The 65-inch TV in the master bedroom, the EJ's room, which is the twin bed given to Mr. Agüero by his parents, and the nightstand, Bella's room and bed and nightstand, one of the 2 outdoor TVs at the garage, the deep freezer, the safe, the air compressor, the toolbox, work table, welder, plasma cutter, and tools. In the backyard, the fridge and the barbecue pits, and any other items that are not going to be awarded to Ms. Agüero. The following items that are located at Ms. Agüero's father's ranch. The Polaris UTV with the feeder, the 14-feet trailer, the 5x8 trailer, and on that one, Mr. Agüero will remove the welded deer blind, 4 feet by 6 feet blind with 5 feet tower, a 2,000 pounds protein feeder, a 2,500 pounds protein feeder, a 300 pounds protein feeder, 1 300-pound feeder. I'm sorry, it was 2 500 protein feeder. 300 pounds protein feeder, 1 300-pound feeder, 1 225 pounds feeder, 1 mineral block feeder, 3 100-gallon water troughs, 1 200-gallon transfer tank, 2 300-gallon water tanks, 4 blue water troughs, 2 rolls of barbed wire, 15+ raccoon traps, 2 coyote traps, a T-post driver, T-post puller, 1 generator, 1 folding table, miscellaneous tools, and a trapping tool bag. We're just gonna need the court to tell us by when he can go pick those up. Mrs. Agüero is going to be awarded her personal belongings, her bank account, 100% of her retirement, her life insurance, 50% from Mr. Agüero's thrift savings plan from date of marriage to date of divorce, and she'll be responsible for 50% of the TSP loan. Mr. Castillo will prepare the quadro to TSP. 50% of husband's OPM retirement plan from date of marriage to date of divorce. Again, Mr. Castillo will prepare the quadro to OPM. All the furniture and furnishings that she removed when she left the home. The following agreed contents located at the home that will be picked up on a date and a time as court ordered today by the court. A living room, media stand, an entry table, toy room television, Bella's room TV, EJ's gray convertible crib bed, a kid's toy room mini couch, art supply, in the closet items, one of the two outdoor TVs, a Peloton bike, all holiday decorations, including Easter, Christmas, Valentine's, Halloween, Thanksgiving, including all Christmas trees and all attic decor storage, a cement mixer, a tractor keys, and the Mini Cooper and keys located at the residence. And for her equity in the residence, she will receive $60,000 in certified funds to be paid by Mr. Agüero within 30 days of the decree being signed by the court. Mr. Agüero will be awarded the following debts. Beginning March 1st, the mortgage notes, taxes, HOA, and insurance associated with the residence located at 112 Cresta Drive. Wife will sign a special warranty deed on the day the decree is signed. Mr. Agüero will assume the note within 60 days of the decree being signed by the court. If he's unable to assume that note, then the residence will be sold and all equity to him. Beginning March 1st, the utilities and maintenance located with the residence, the car note and car insurance associated with the 2020 Ford F-150 awarded to him. Beginning March 1st, his cell phone. Beginning March 1st, the premium on his life insurance. His credit cards and debt, and obviously 50% of that TSP loan, any debts incurred by him since the date of separation. And Mr. Agüero will ensure that all auto pay deductions for his expenses made from the joint accounts have been reimbursed and paid to wife by the end of this month. Mrs. Agüero will be awarded beginning March 1st, her cell phone, the premium on her life insurance, 50% of that TSP loan, her credit cards and debts, any debts incurred by her since the date of separation. For 2025, the parties will file separate tax returns and each will be responsible for their respective earnings, losses, and wages. For 2025 only, Mrs. Agüero will claim the youngest child on her tax return as her dependent. For 2025 only, Mr. Agüero will claim the oldest child on his return as his dependent. For 2026 and for future years, wife will claim both children as her dependents on her returns. For 2025 and all future years, Mr. Agüero will be authorized to claim the interest on the residence located at 112 Cresta Drive. The following properties are confirmed as Mr. Agüero's separate property, his TSP balance before marriage, his OPM balance before marriage, all gifts that were given to him by his family members, a rifle and a UTV Polaris Ranger. We've agreed that I'll prepare the decree and Mr. Castillo will prepare the quadro and the deed. Or actually, if he can prepare the quadro and I'll prepare the decree and deed. Okay. Everyone will pay their own attorney fees. The following items located at the ranch are awarded to wife. One 150-pound feeder, a 15 bull panels, and a 45 T-post. Those are being awarded to Mrs. Agüero. And we've agreed to incorporate the Bill of Rights in the final divorce decree. Did I miss anything?
Just a clarification on the 50% of the TSP, Judge. We've calculated, and I'll get into the reason why I want to put a number on it. It's at 119 per interest. Would be 119,676 dollars, Judge. And the reason I just want to clarify and stipulate that because it's my understanding that there's going to be, and that's the 50% after the loan is paid off. The reason I want clarification is my understanding that there's going to be money pulled from there. And I just want to make sure that the 50% is before the money is pulled in order to pay us the 60,000.
I'm sorry, he needs to repeat that again.
Just wanting to make sure that it's 50% before the 60,000 or any loan that he may pull.
So the way it'll work with TSP, Judge, is number one, for him to get the 60, and this is what we spent all afternoon talking about, is that he is going to pay $60,000 from his TSP. He's going to pull that money as a financial hardship to pay her $60,000 for the equity in the house. And so after that's done, then she will get 50% of what's been accumulated in there from date of marriage to date of divorce minus 50% of that TSP loan. Did I say that?
Well, no, it should be 50% before the 60,000. Oh. It's gonna deduct from her interest. Am I making sense?
Yes, no, you are. I just don't know how logistically that's going to happen with TSP because I can only do one thing we can only do one thing at a time. He needs to pull out the 60,000. And I'm sorry, Bishop. Okay, that's clarified, Judge.
Ms. Escoto, was Mr. Castillo's question clear?
Yes, Judge. I've uploaded up to Caseline today what's in his TSP as of today's date because I wanted it to be an accurate picture. I also uploaded to Caseline the loan balance, which is about 20,000 that they still owe on it. So those numbers are clear. There was about 77,000 of those funds that are his separate property that we were able to trace back. And that was provided to Mr. Castillo and is also on Caseline. And so what we've calculated, Judge, is there is, as of today's date, 337,334.30 in his TSP balance today, minus the 77,065.55 that was accumulated before marriage. That gives the community interest in the amount of 260,268.75. I deducted the 20,000 for the loan. So the remaining equity in the TSP balance is 239,353.12. So wife would be entitled to 119,676.56. If he wants the quadro to have that number, I don't have an objection to that.
That's just wanted to make the record clear, Your Honor.
All right, it's clear to the court. Anything else, Mrs. Cotto, Mr. Castillo?
Not as to the agreement.
So then the only dispute that you wanted the court to dissolve was how much time would be reasonable and necessary to retrieve all the items?
Yes, Judge. We just need a date for the items to be picked up by Mr. Agüero at her parents' ranch, and then the date that wife can go pick up the items from the house. And the items that were not in agreement that the court needs to have, unfortunately, a short hearing on is going to be number one, the required notice that each party will have to give each other if they're doing out-of-town trips with the children. Unfortunately, Judge, the grounds of divorce is still being contested. There are some items located at the residence that the parties are still contesting. That includes a living room, 84-inch TV, 3 couches, a fridge, a dining room table and chairs, and a master bedroom dresser and nightstands. And I believe those are the only contested items. Did I leave anything out, Mr. Costa?
I have one other item, Judge, which is we're asking that the court award a debt, Judge, and a reference. It is a monthly mortgage payment that my client's spouse and my client's dad paid in the amount of $2,835. We're asking the court to recognize that debt and that each party pay 50%.
Obviously, that's disputed, Judge. So I can ask some questions if you want the court, if the court wishes to do it from the bench, or I can have Mr. Agüero sit down since we're the petitioner.
Find where you're at, Mr. Agüero, Mrs. Agüero, would you raise your right hands? Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God? Both have answered yes. You may lower your hand. Mrs. Cotto.
Mr. Agüero, can you please state your full name for the record? And Mr. Agüero, you were the one that filed this divorce, correct? And you had been living in the state of Texas for the last 6 months and in Webb County for the last 90 days before the divorce was filed. And it's okay. And you're asking today that the court grant the divorce on the grounds of insupportability with no expectations of reconciliation with your wife.
Yes, that's correct.
Mr. Agüero, can you please tell the court what you do for a living, sir?
United States Border Patrol.
Okay, and how long have you been a Border Patrol agent?
17 and a half years, almost 18 years in June.
Okay, and you understand that everything that you testified to today it must be truthful.
Yes, ma'am.
And you've testified in other courts
Yes.
based on your employment, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there any other ground of divorce that the court should consider today?
No, ma'am.
Have you committed cruel treatment against Ms. Agüero?
No.
Have you ever been arrested for domestic violence?
No.
Have you ever committed adultery during your marriage to Ms. Agüero?
No, ma'am.
With regards to the out-of-town trip notice, you're requesting that the court order that if you or her are traveling out of town with the minor children, that you at least notify each other with 12-hour notice, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that includes if you're going to go to San Antonio or her parents' ranch in Hebronville.
Yes.
Okay. And can you explain to the court why you want that notice?
I feel comfortable with the notice. Just for the sake of the children, safety. That way I know where they're going. If I have to go and see what, if in case of an emergency or anything, and I know which way I have to go. I mean, obviously I know work, depending on my work, I can tell them I have an emergency and I can leave. And that way, at least I know which way I need to go and I need to go and help or tend to my children if I need to.
And you realize that by requesting that, the court can impose the same notice request on you, that if you
Yes.
travel to San Antonio or you're going to go for the data corpus, you must inform her.
Yes, that's correct.
And do you believe that that's in the best interest of your children?
Yes.
Now, with regards to the items inside the house, when Ms. Agüero left the residence, did she take anything with her?
Yes, she took, so from the master bedroom, she took her nightstand with her personal belongings, clothes and stuff like that. Emptied out the dresser of all her personal belongings in there. In the master bathroom, hair products, makeup, everything, closet, all her clothing, boots, purses, everything as to the hangers, even as small as a box of wipes that were there for the entire house. From the kitchen, I did notice both coffee makers were gone. The handheld mixer, the toaster, several of the kids' snacks that I had just purchased for the week for them to have at school. The printer, the iMac computer, which was bought on my Best Buy credit card. Some drinkware, Yeti cups that were gifts to me from friends and her family. All that was taken also. The kids' toy room / office, she took all her computer, desk, the cricket, the kids' bedroom or Bella's bedroom, my daughter's bedroom. She ended up taking sheets, pillows, clothes, suitcase, shoes, everything that was in the bedroom, dresser, nightstand, the kids' bathroom area, all the towels, their toothbrushes, everything that was in there, medicines, everything.
So,
Aegis bedroom, same thing, as far as like everything.
and you're asking today that you be awarded all the appliances in the house.
Yes,
You're asking that you be awarded the the bed in the master bedroom, as well as the dresser and the nightstand, and the
Yes.
65-inch TV there, correct?
Yeah.
You
well,
you
yeah.
offered to give her the 65-inch, but she said no,
Mhm.
right? Correct?
Yes,
So you'll ask the court to that to be awarded to you, correct?
yes,
Okay. Um, you're asking that the court award you from the living room, the 3 couches and the 84-inch TV.
yes,
And are those the couches that your kids sit on when they come to visit you?
yes,
And is that the TV that they watch TV when they're with you?
yes,
With regards to the dining room table and chairs, you're asking that those be awarded to you.
yes, correct.
And is that the only place that your children can eat when they come to your house?
No, but that's where, since the date of separation, that's where we've been sitting at now, and that's where they like to sit, when we have dinner or anytime that we eat.
And, make sure. And with regards to, and the reason that you want to keep these things is because you agree to give her her 100% of her retirement, correct?
Yes, correct.
And there's over $9,000 in her retirement.
Yes,
With regards to, this debt owed to her father, can you explain to the court what occurred in July of last year when you all separated?
but during that the house, I had gone to a law enforcement softball trip in Tennessee, and we were kind of already on a rocky point, and she decided to, without telling me, she stopped depositing her check and started making me financially responsible for the house without telling me at that moment when I was gone, and didn't make the house payment. I don't know what communication went on with her dad or what at that time. And her dad ended up making the house payment to the house.
Okay. Did you sign any type of note with her father?
No,
Did you sign any type of contract with her father?
No.
And the reason that you could not make the mortgage note was because why?
there was insufficient funds to make the mortgage payment in the account.
She had taken out the monies.
Yes.
Okay. And during this particular period of time, since July, or at least since we came to court for the temporary orders, you've been paying 100% of the mortgage payment
Yes.
and the taxes and the insurance.
Yes.
Miss Agüero hasn't contributed one dime to that particular debt that
No.
you and her have.
No.
And then, Mr. Agüero, you say that your marriage to her was already rocky. What do you mean by that?
There was arguments going on. At times the children did see, we would try not to, but there was times where they were also she on several occasions she did throw my engagement while on a phone call with her. She did throw my engagement ring and wedding bands in the middle of the street. Went back to the house, ended up finding them several times, threw them inside the grass. At one point also even got my daughter involved and gave the wedding band and engagement ring to her and made her give them to me and said that she didn't want them.
And so the cause of your makeup of your marriage seems to be that you and her are having conflicts of personalities.
Yes.
There was a lot of arguments going on.
Yes, ma'am.
And with regards to the debt to her dad, because she took out those monies, she should be responsible for that mortgage payment, correct?
Yes.
And you're not asking today for any type of reimbursement of, or even 1/2 of the principal that you paid for all of these months, correct? And do you believe that the provisions that you're requesting today, in particular with the notice, are in the best interest of your children, correct?
Yes,
And do you believe that the court awarding you the living room, 84-inch, the 3 couches and the fridge and the dining room table and master bedroom dresser and nightstand are a just and right division of your estate with Ms. Agüero?
yes,
And that's because she's keeping half of her retirement, correct?
yes,
I mean, 100% of her retirement, correct?
yes, ma'am.
Nothing further. I pass the witness.
Cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Agüero, if my client were to give you half of her retirement, would you give her those items that are there?
No, I don't need her.
So retirement is not an issue?
No,
Okay. And you testified that most of her belongings that she took were personal items.
personal belongings, yes, and then there
Right.
were also gifts that were bought during the marital
And do you
state
think it's,
where I purchased them or we purchased them together also.
so you're telling this court it's fair that she take all the little items, your cups, and that it is fair that she take that, but did you keep all the major appliances, furniture, sofas?
But she's
TVs?
also, she's,
Objection, Judge. I think that's a mischaracterization of what Mr. Agüero testified.
Stand, but you can rephrase or specify or move on. Either one.
How many TVs are in the home?
8.
Okay. And you've offered to give her 2,
No, I offered to give her 4,
and the smaller one.
giving her the 6, we offered her the 65, and then all the other ones are 43s, 40s or 43s. So there's not really much of a big difference in any of the other TVs.
So would you agree that it would be fair that we go down one by one on the TV, on the sizes until it equalizes?
I'm trying to keep the items there for the sole sake of my kids. This is the home they know as their home, where they feel safe at, where they're comfortable at, and that's why I'm trying to keep these items there.
What is the value of the refrigerator?
I don't know.
It's a Samsung.
Yeah.
Electric, high tech.
Yeah, but it's what, 2 years old now?
Okay.
So it's not $3,000 anymore. Or $2,000 anymore for that price. But
And you testified that my client took the dresser and then
she took a dresser that also her parents or our parents at the time decided to pay half and half. Same thing with the kids' furniture.
were there 2 dressers in the master bedroom?
Just 2 nightstands. She had 1. She also took the dresser in Bella's room and the nightstand, which is also paid half and half by her father or her parents and my parents. I have the bed that she left behind with no sheets, no pillows, no blankets.
Okay. Let me change the topic right now to, you're saying that there was much argument. Specifically, you mentioned the rings being tossed. Will you elaborate what caused the rings being tossed, or was the event that led to that?
Argument, I don't recall the right argument.
You said you testified in court before,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
You're familiar with Brady versus Giglio,
Yes, sir.
and you understand the consequences that would have.
Yes, sir. I do.
Isn't it true that the cause of that argument throwing the rings was because there was a third party's mail that came and knocked on the door?
That day? No. There had been a prior argument, yes.
And what was the accusation?
A flirtatious text message, but that was it.
So it's not like she had threw it because she had no reason.
There's at no point has there been adultery, sir.
Was there ever any time the police were called out previously?
Yes.
And what was the accusation?
She assumed or she accused me of adultery or being with another woman when I wasn't.
Well, wasn't the time that the police were up, or wasn't it because of violence?
No, I left the house. We got into an argument.
I'm not saying that was the allegation.
We got
His answer,
Sure.
Judge?
into an
So
argument.
Mr. Agüero, I'm going to make some comments at the end, just because a lot of your testimony is putting your daughter's interview into perspective. But just take a breath. This is very difficult for everyone, I'm sure. But me hear the question and then I'll hear the full response. Go ahead.
There was an argument. We were in the parking lot or drive-through of Taco Palenque. I left the house I left the vehicle at Taco Palenque and walked to my house, to the residence. She had left the truck there, and upon noticing the truck was there, I found the keys inside the house and I drove to my ranch. And she then called the cops because I would not answer. She didn't have my location. She didn't know where I was at. So that's why she called the cops that day. So. There was an argument in the vehicle and I didn't want it to get worse or anything like that, and I left.
Mr. Wood, are you familiar with,
Into the microphone.
are you familiar with an individual by the name of, well, let me ask you, do you know Laura Marie Maloney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long have you known her?
Several months.
Is her number 724 area code?
I don't know off the top of my head.
What is your number?
Yes, sir.
489. Are you familiar with the area code 724?
Not really.
Okay. Would you have any purpose calling this number?
When I met her and talked to her, that's yes. When I would talk to her,
Well,
that was the only reason.
who is her?
Laura Maloney.
Okay. And 825. Does that sound familiar?
I don't remember numbers off my head.
Object to relevance. I don't know how you're gonna prove somebody calling from a phone number that they committed adultery or had an intimate dating relationship. Or
Sorry,
sexual
the specific objection is
relevance.
relevance.
Judge, the relevance is given the leeway, I'm gonna prove that he's called not once, not twice, in a matter of a time frame, the number of times that he called her, Judge, and for the amount of time that he called her. If they will concede it, I can proffer the evidence and we can move on, Judge. If they will concede the phone records.
Well, let me ask you all this, because ostensibly, if you get to prove, I guess through circumstantial evidence, which you think you can prove, then the only reason to do that, if not for emotional reasons, it's for a disproportionate share. And it sounds like if you want to do that to get the couches and TV and refrigerator, I mean, you can, but that I just don't want the agreement to fall apart over the couch and the TV and the refrigerator and the living room. But ostensibly, this is for a disproportionate share.
Well, we've agreed already to disproportionate share, I guess, of the items that are left, Judge.
Yeah.
I understand what your honor is saying, Judge. If I can stipulate that if the parties agree, that I will prove, or that the evidence will show that there were 84 phone calls in a matter of a span, and we can move on. Judge.
I'm gonna object to hearsay. Number one, he has no, I don't know how he's going to authenticate any phone calls being made, Judge. In fact, he uploaded, in violation of your rules, Judge, 483 pieces of evidence or request for productions after 11 a.m. today, which included these phone records, but there's absolutely no evidence to authenticate it.
Let's do this, folks. I mean, look, let's presume for a second, and it may not be possible, that there is a method to authenticate a large number of phone calls. Does anybody here believe that that would be sufficient information or evidence to prove a fault ground? Mr. Castillo, I'm not fishing for an answer, but if the answer is yes, then should put the evidence and testimony on. But as you wish.
May I have a minute or two of my time?
Sure. Please be seated. We're gonna go back on the record. The family law docket for Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. The time is now 6:27. This is cause number 2025 FLA 1099C3. Mr. Agüero, Ms. Agüero, the court started hearing your case at 5:44. I guess before I hear what whatever your decision is, whether you want to go and prove things, and this is important. The court has a responsibility to pronounce and render based on whatever's in your two children's best interest, and pronounce and render based on whatever's a just and right division. So I don't fault anyone for taking any position that they do. I think it's been fair and reasonable so far. But I think it is important that you hear from me. I know counsel, I've been reading Ms. Agüero's face and reactions and Mr. Agüero's face and reactions, and I know counsel has been doing the same thing to me. And what I am vibing, for lack of a better word, is complete surprise. And I'll tell you why I'm surprised, because the interview with your daughter revealed none of this. I am very surprised. I'm feeling a lot of heat and emotions on both sides. I understand that divorces are hard. They're hard for everyone. They're hard for parents, for dads, for moms. It's hard for the lawyers. It's not easy to hear these things either, right? But I certainly am not in your shoes. And as difficult as these things are, it's very easy for me to pick up all of the stuff that gets permeated into kids. And what I learned today from talking to your daughter is that she, at least the sentiment and the vibe that I get, is that she has had almost zero emotional impact from whatever's going on. So this testimony is very, very surprising. I can tell you, I'll tell you what my opinion is, because I think you need to hear it, because I think she has a good, clean, and wholesome opinion of each of you. I would have sworn that these things weren't going on in your situation. I think I can tell you that she has a beautiful personality and that she loves you each very much. So it is surprising, but and the reason I tell you this is because I'm going to make a decision, and one person is not going to like it, and that's okay. I'm going to make a decision about couches and refrigerators and about the dining room and the TV and all these things. But what you all need to understand and assess in life is that your success is going to be measured by the impact that you make on others, and more specifically by how well your kids do. And I think your daughter, I didn't get a chance to meet your son, but I met your daughter, and I think she's doing fantastic. Now, the situation that you're going to find yourself in is that if these things continue, all these emotions and things, and if there is a change in her situation, if one of you asks me to interview her again, and then I find that your emotions and your interference and your bad vibes cause a change in her beautiful personality and behavior, there's going to be problems. So I say this because this stuff matters, right? So stuff is expensive, but stuff is easily replaceable. What is not replaceable is the well-being of your children. So if you're getting all of this other stuff wrong, whether there's phone calls or whether there's allegations, and let's assume that there are, and you're getting that wrong, just at least know that you're getting the kid stuff right. And that's, at the end of the day, what really matters. So take that for whatever it's worth. The stuff. You can get another refrigerator, you can get another kitchen table, you can get another TV. You're not going to get another beautiful girl. Have you had sufficient time to talk to your clients?
Yes, Your Honor. We will move on from the ground, Your Honor. So if I may address, I guess I will ask cross-examination of Mr. Agüero, but I would like to comment on.
All right. Ms. Agüero, you are under oath. Mr. Castillo.
Yes, sir. Ms. Agüero, you heard the testimony as to the notice request as to 12 hours notice of any travel. Is there any issue?
I have done a great job of when we do travel to the branch or to San Antonio. I have notified Mr. Agüero the morning of that we travel and where they're going, and let him know when we are back. I don't see the need for a 12-hour notice because I am wake up Saturday morning, and if the kids want to see their cousins in San Antonio, I do take them, as well as our family ranches. We go when my father has time, and it is busy season for him. So he may wake up and say, let's take off to the ranch. So, and I've done that in the last 7 months that we've been separated. I have let him know of our trips.
So you don't have a problem of giving the notification, you're just having an issue with the 12-hour.
That is correct.
What notification do you feel would be appropriate?
If I do plan something in advance, I am happy to notify Mr. Agüero. But on those small trips to San Antonio to visit my brother or to our family ranches, I don't see the need for a 12-hour, but I will notify him the morning of that we leave.
And that's what you're requesting from the court?
Yes, that is correct.
In reference to the, I guess the personal property that we're talking about, you're asking the court to award you from the master bedroom, a bedroom dresser and a nightstand?
Yes.
Will you advise the court why is that important to you?
I mean, we all have to rebuild and start somewhere, and I have to now furnish a new home for the children. So it would be helpful that we split as much as we can evenly.
And do you feel that the what you've gotten and what he's gotten is not equal?
No, I don't believe so.
As to the household furnishings,
I don't believe that it is equal.
including the 84-inch TV you would like?
Yes.
The Samsung, what is so special about that Samsung refrigerator? Is there another refrigerator in the house?
There is actually multiple refrigerators in the house. There's a deep freezer that he is more than welcome to have. There's an outdoor refrigerator. There is also a refrigerator in the garage, and a mini beverage fridge. So there's multiple fridges.
But is it safe to say this is a high-tech one?
Yes.
The dining room and the table and chairs, is there any special about them?
Nothing very special about it, but the house does have a kitchen island with bar stools that, you know, temporarily that they could use to eat. And yeah.
Okay. Now skipping over to your dad making the note payment, which you're asking that it be recognized. Why was that money needed?
As Mr. Agüero mentioned, he did go to Tennessee for a softball tournament. He drained the account, and so there was no funds to pay for the mortgage. I was afraid that he would continue spending the money, so I pulled my payroll check to make sure that the children had funds for whatever that they may need, food, clothes. And so I asked my dad if he can help me pay for the mortgage that month in July. Was
your payroll used to pay the mortgage?
No, my payroll check was used for, we would call it our funds. We used it for the children, we used it for ourselves, miscellaneous items, because my payroll check is a lot less than Mr. Alex.
And you're asking the court to award each of you half of that reimbursement? Yes. All I have.
Really quickly, Mrs. Agüero, currently you're living with your parents?
Yes, that is correct.
Have you rented an apartment or do you have a rental of a house as of today's date?
No, I do not.
If Mr. Agüero agrees to give you the fridge in the garage, since you want a fridge, would you be okay with that?
I'm sorry?
If Mr. Agüero agrees right now to give you the fridge in the garage, would you be in agreement with that?
Oh, the garage fridge? No.
Why would you take that fridge?
I don't know that it works, to be honest.
Isn't it true that your dad gave you that fridge for you and Mr. Agüero?
I believe it was in our old home.
But it works for you then.
I'm not sure.
That you never put anything in that fridge, it was just sitting there in your garage?
It might have had bottled waters.
And was it working when you left the house?
I don't recall. I didn't check the fridge before I left.
And with regards to the notice requirements, I just want to be clear. If you're going to the ranch or to San Antonio, you just want to let them know the morning of.
That is correct.
So sorry. Did the court get all that? I usually speak
I
loud.
would anticipate it did.
Right. You just want to let him know the morning of.
That is correct.
And if there's any other trips farther than the ranch in Hebronville or San Antonio, you're willing to give him a 12-hour notice.
If it is planned in before 12 hours, yes. If it's something that I
So
decide.
if you go, do you go to trips to Houston or to Galveston or any place else on the spur of the moment?
Yes, we actually do.
Okay. And when has that happened?
It happened over the Christmas holiday.
When you were married with Mr. Agüero, did you all, on the spur of the moment, take off?
Yes, we did.
Okay. And with regards to not giving him notice to San Antonio or the ranch, why would you not want to do that if your kids are going to be on the road?
As I mentioned, I will give him notice the morning of, when we leave or before we leave.
Okay. You asked, and I just wanted to make sure you're adding that you want the bar stools in the kitchen? Is that what you testified to?
I don't think that they were mentioned.
Okay. Are you asking for them as
Oh.
well?
No,
Okay. And then with regards to the debt that's owed to your father, you pulled out your $2,000 that you deposited into that account because you were scared. Is that your testimony?
I was not scared. I was making sure that my children had funds for their food, clothing, things like that.
And has Mr. Agüero ever not failed to pay for their necessities during your marriage?
I usually purchased everything
Okay.
for the
But
children.
but he would deposit his check into that account as well?
He did.
Yes or no, ma'am?
Yes,
And he has offered to give you the 65-inch TV in the master bedroom. Did Mr. Castillo relay that to you today?
Yep.
And would you like that TV?
that's fine. Yeah,
So you'll take the 65-inch in exchange for that 85-inch?
that is fine.
Nothing further, Judge.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Agüero, I heard a lot of testimony about many items that you need to retrieve. How much time do you think would be reasonable and necessary to go and get those?
I could probably do it in a day, as long as I get the adequate help from friends. You give me the day, I just need to coordinate with them and see
So you mean like an 8-hour time block?
8-10 hour day, 12 hours, something like that, maybe.
And how long is it going to take you to round up and coordinate these efforts?
I just need to check with friends' days off. I mean, for the most part, I'm off Saturday, Sundays. One of my best, two gentlemen or three gentlemen.
So here's the thing, Mr. Agüero. I need to be very specific and say, for example, March the 7th, March the 13th, March the 20th. So I need to know more or less how much time it would take you.
If I may, Judge, I'm gonna give him a calendar.
And I'm going to ask you the same thing in reverse, Ms. Agüero. How much time do you think would be reasonable and necessary to retrieve any items still that you have in the home?
We're talking about the home, right?
The same amount, about 8 to 10 hours,
In
probably less, but
in a week, 2 weeks?
next weekend is fine.
I won't be here next weekend. Well, actually, I'll be here Saturday, Sunday, but Thursday, Friday, I will be in Houston.
So March 7th, I guess, works for everyone.
Are you both asking that these things happen on the same day?
No.
Right, okay, I just want to make that clear.
He is in the home, Judge, but we do
No.
retrieving stuff from home.
And he says that he can do the pickup at the ranch March 14th, Judge, beginning in 9 a.m.
The only thing about the thing with picking up the items from the ranch, since that is my dad's ranch, it is busy season for him and he does not go out. I don't know if he's available that day to open the gate.
Now, if he needs to say something, now's a good time.
Ju-
I'm about to
and he
order
can give-
this on,
He can give her the key, Judge, and she can open the
what's your father's
Gates.
name?
Mr. Alfonso Maldonado.
Mr. Maldonado, please step in front of one of these microphones. I'm gonna ask that you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may lower your hand, speak into the microphone and tell the court your name.
Alfonso Maldonado?
Mr. Maldonado, there seems to be an agreement that it would be reasonable that Mr. Agüero pick up things that he has at your ranch on March the 14th. Is that a good time for you?
No, it's not, Your Honor. March 15th is a tax deadline for me. And so I have to make sure that whatever returns need to be filed are filed, or extensions need to be submitted. I believe the 15th would either be a Saturday or Sunday, so I have until Monday to make sure that everything is in. So the 15th would not be a good day.
Is there anybody else that could open up the ranch? Why do you need to be there?
Judge, I think if I may, we can do the 21st at 9 a.m.
Is March
21st
the
work.
21st agreeable?
21st work.
All right. March the 21st at 9 a.m. until complete. Now the same question in reverse. Ms. Agüero says that she can go. She needs less than a day to retrieve items. Ms. Agüero, what date are you proposing?
Saturdays is,
Saturday the 28th?
I meant in March. I don't
The
know.
7th?
The 7th, the day that Mr. Agüero said that he would be out?
I'll be coming back Friday that evening.
On the 6th.
Yes, sir.
So you're available the 7th?
Yes, sir.
Is that day agreeable?
Yes, sir.
So ordered. All right. Yes. All right, there it is. Is there anything else you would like to tell the court, Mr. Maldonado?
In regards to the money, okay,
I'm gonna object, Judge. We've already closed as to
Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Maldonado. Are you a party to this case? Have you filed into this case? Are you making a claim against the marital estate?
there were documents filed originally. Yes.
By whom? Was there a lawyer that filed the claim?
They were included in her inventory.
Right, but you haven't
no,
sued
I-
your daughter and your son-in-law.
I'm sorry, no, I have not.
You may have a seat. Thank you. All right. Anything else on this case, Mrs. Cotto?
nothing further, Judge.
Mr. Castillo? I didn't hear, Ms. Agüero. Are you asking for name change?
Yes,
To what name?
to Maldonado.
All right, Mr. Agüero, Ms. Agüero, in your case, cause number 2025 FLA 1099C3, the court at this time finds that it has jurisdiction over this case, meaning this is the proper court forum and venue to consider your divorce. The court finds that you entered into marriage, but your marriage unfortunately has become insupportable due to a discord or a conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage relationship. The court finds that there were 2 children born in the marriage, no other children were born, adopted, or are expected. The court finds that you have an agreement regarding your children. The court hereby adopts and approves your agreement in full and finds that it is in their best interest. Likewise, the court finds that there is an agreement regarding the division of your property. The court hereby adopts and approves your agreement and finds that it is a just and right division. For the things that are not agreed to, Ms. Agüero will be able to pick up any belongings she still has at the marital residence on March the 7th at 9. Mr. Agüero will have the same opportunity to pick up his belongings at Mr. Maldonado's ranch, March 21st at 9 a.m. Without knowing anything else and based on your evidence and testimony, Mr. Agüero, you're hereby awarded the living room and the dining room. Ms. Agüero, you're awarded the couch the fridge, refrigerator of your choice, and 2 TVs of your choice. The court finds that this is a just and right division. Regarding the notices, I think that it is reasonable that if you have a road trip, then you should give the other person notice when you leave or shortly before, shortly 60 minutes to when you take off, sometime in that window. You should be able just to say, we're about to get on the road. I don't think there's anything to hide. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. I don't see why that isn't reasonable. But the exception, I think, would be if any person, any parent purchases tickets for their child, whether it's bus tickets, airline tickets, cruise tickets, I think 48 hours after the purchase of those tickets would be reasonable. Nothing to hide. You should disclose. And I think 48 hours is really generous. So I'm going to make these orders and find that doing so is in your children's best interest. And you're going to have daily telephonic and video conferencing communication with your kids. Ms. Agüero, the court hereby changes your name to Yelitza Maldonado. And at this time, Mr. Agüero and Ms. Maldonado, the court finds that there is no reasonable expectation of reconciliation, and the court hereby renders and pronounces you divorced. The court also makes a finding that Mr. Maldonado isn't a party to this case, hasn't filed a claim. So well, those are the court's orders. The orders are due to the court honor before.
March 30th at noon by submission.
Judge, can you repeat because now I was confused since Ms. Agüero agreed to take the 65-inch and he would take the 84-inch. So I want to make sure what the court's ruling is so that since I'm preparing this.
It is, the court said, living room and dining room to Mr. Agüero. That was based on his testimony as to his
And
use.
the TV, or are we talking about the contents in the?
I think he said living room set.
Yes, so those are the couches.
I heard there were 2 different things. I heard living room set and couches. Those are the same thing.
It's the same thing.
There were different things. I have that as numbers 12 and 13 as to your 2 and 3 of your disagreement. They were testified to at different times, and I think that was the court's confusion. Well, the court's intention was to give Mr. Agüero the living room. All right. So then we're going to do this. Living room, dining room, Mr. Agüero, 2 refrigerators of her choice and 2 TVs of your choice to Ms. Maldonado. So ordered. Court finds that that's just in right division. I understand, but if it's not agreed to, then I have to make a decision.
And the master bedroom dresser and nightstand, Judge, who keeps that?
It stays as is. It stays in its current place, Mr. Agüero. Mrs. Cotto, anything else on this case?
Nothing further, Judge.
Mr. Castillo, do
No, Your Honor.
you have any questions for the court, Mr. Agüero?
No, sir.
Do you have any questions for the court, Ms. Maldonado? I'm going to say this one more time. I honestly and sincerely hope that there are 0 changes to the beautiful character and personality of your daughter. I wish you all well, but more importantly, I wish her all the best. Good luck to all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so it seems to me like Mom just wants a whole bunch of stuff that she has no use for right now. You know, she wants this special TV and she wants this refrigerator, and, you know, she wants this dresser. The dresser she probably could use now, but she's living at her parents'. So she's going to put all this stuff into storage, and who knows how long it's going to stay there? Why not just let Dad keep it in the home so that when the little ones come to visit, it's there, and it's there for them. She wants the refrigerator that's in the home, you know, the one that's in the kitchen. And she wants him to put the one that she thinks doesn't work into the house so that her little one's food can spoil when they come over. I don't get that. I don't get fighting over a stinking refrigerator or a TV that you have no place to put it. That's just ridiculous, in my opinion. Anyway. Oh well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.